Hello, my name is Jay Brooks. Tevin, Orlando. Is that okay if we address each other by first name? All right, cool. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome y'all to Mountain Mediation. Thank you for coming today. Hopefully, we reach an agreement this afternoon. We have established a 3-hour time frame for this mediation. My purpose, the purpose of mediation, is to simply work out an agreement between the both of you to solve the problem that we have here today. I am not a judge. My role is to strictly be a third party. I'm neutral, so there will be no favoritism of any sort for either one of you. The process that we're going to go through today is I will have each of you describe the situation and how it happened, what the issues are, but we'll go one at a time, uninterrupted, so each of you have a chance to speak. We'll first, after you describe the situation, we'll agree on the issues that you both mutually agree are issues. We'll generate and examine some solutions, a couple possible solutions. So if you think of some, write them down, and then we'll write the agreement if reached. If we get that far with it, perfect. That's what we're here for. Just to let y'all know a couple things about mediation. It's completely confidential. I'll be taking notes myself. I encourage you to take notes, both parties, with the paper provided. And at the end of this mediation, those notes will be shredded. If an agreement is reached at the end of the mediation, we'll write the agreement. It, of course, won't be shredded, and we'll shred the rest of the notes to affirm your confidentiality. Like I said, with the note-taking, I highly encourage you take notes while the other party is speaking and you realize you want to speak about that when it's your turn to speak. Then note-taking is the best possible quiet way to do so. All right. During the mediation, if we come across a impasse of some sort, or we just aren't seeing eye to eye with one another, we will break into a caucus. A caucus is a private meeting between me and one of you. So when we hold the caucus, everything in the caucus is confidential unless you tell me otherwise. So if you give me a price on something, for example, that you would settle for, then that would work. I would not explain that to the other party when they come back into the room unless you ask me to. All right, now I would like to take the time to go over the consent form. I printed consent forms off for the both of you without the signature boxes down here because just for following along purposes, and at the end of my reading of the consent form, I'll have both parties, both of you guys sign it, date it, just to agree on the things that lie in the consent form. All right, number one, I understand that all files and notes of Mountain Mediation Services and its mediators are confidential. There are exceptions to this rule. A mediator can be compelled to testify about the mediation in cases involving juvenile abuse, neglect or dependency, abuse, neglect, or exploitation of a disabled adult, disciplinary proceedings before the North Carolina State Bar, felony trials, and criminal acts, violence, or threats of violence made during mediation that endanger a person or property. So that's number one. Number two, if the parties reach an agreement, Mountain Mediation Services will forward the dismissal form to the district attorney once any applicable fees are paid. Number three, I agree that I will not hold Mountain Mediation Services responsible for any agreements made or failure to reach an agreement during this mediation. Number four, I understand that mediators are neutral parties and cannot give legal advice or assist in a case. I further understand that the mediators and Mountain Mediator Services will give no opinion regarding the legal effect of this consent to mediation or any agreement that is reached as a result of mediation. If I have a legal question, I may request to continuance of the mediation in order to consult with an attorney of my choice. I understand that the Mountain Mediation Services mediators and staff have judicial immunity from any civil action except in the case of willful or wanton neglect. I understand that weapons and physical conflict are not permitted at Mountain Mediation Services. I also understand and agree that Mountain Mediation Services retains the right to report any crimes committed on the premises. All cool? All right, you'll sign on the participant line, date, and answer yes or no to the question that states, can Mountain Mediation Services contact you for follow-up? Couple ground rules. One person talks at a time. Like I said before, uninterrupted. And I would like for you guys to talk to me, not talk to each other. So since I'm the neutral third party, I want you communicate through me. I ask if you have any weapons. Would you turn those over to me now at this moment? Cell phones as well, we would ask you to turn those off, so no disruptions or distractions. I just ask that both of you be polite to one another to make this mediation go smooth as possible. And if that's it, then if y'all have any questions, we'll get it started. All right.